Angkor in Cambodia. Some call it the eighth wonder of the world. More than 1,000 temples, from the world-famous majestic Angkor Wat to mere piles of rubble which draw some 2 million tourists to the site every year. Built in the late 12th or early 13th century, the Bayon temple stands at the center of Angkor Thom, the last capital city of the Khmer Empire. Angkor was largely forgotten for hundreds of years until French naturalist Henri published an account of his exploration there in 1860. It's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Angkor is the biggest archaeological site in the world. There are 32 teams from China to Switzerland, France and Japan, 13 different countries altogether working here. This year will see the end of renovation work on Bayon's South Library. Most of its 2,600 stones have been removed and numbered before being replaced. Japan is a major contributor to the restoration work in Angkor. US archaeologist Robert McCarthy runs a team of 70 Japanese specialists.
We see the beginnings of the carving of possibly a lentil. We see the praying images here, and here, and here. So it looks like it was either the start of a lentil, all right, or a lentil that had already been used and was going to be changed into another architectural element because we have a groove in the back.
Bayon Wat still hides many secrets. Whose are the massive stone faces that gaze out serenely from its towers? Who exactly were the celestial goddesses with the elaborate hair and jewelry that cover the temple's bas-reliefs? Each stone is analyzed and referenced. They are alive and each has a story to tell.
So this was a temple, a multi-denominational temple, because we find images of Shiva and Vishnu and Buddha all in the same temple. We learn that religion can be a very dangerous thing. We've undergone what we believe 2 or 3 iconoclasms, where one religion tries to impose its will on a previous religion.
The outer wall features a series of bas-reliefs depicting historical events and scenes from everyday Khmer life in the 12th century. Bayon is an altogether elaborate labyrinth which still has many secrets to hide. A Buddha statue, for instance, appeared just a few days before our visit, and nobody knows how it got there. To visit Angkor, you'd better start early to avoid both the heat and the crowds. Mass tourism may bring much-needed funds, but can also be a problem.
Le grand problème qui se pose en fin de compte, c'est que pour le moment, il n'y a que 5 ou 6 monuments.
The big problem is that for now there are only 5 or 6 monuments which tourists come and see. What we want to try and do in the future is to disperse people across the Angkor site and get them to visit more than the 5 or 6 temples they see today.
There's a danger that takes place when people move through the chambers, when people touch the stones. This was a monument to be viewed from afar. This was a king's monument. This was a monument that represented the state temple, the state heritage. And as you know, not everybody is allowed into the Capitol building. It's right here.